When I give Microsoft Copilot and ChatGPT trainings, the question I get the most is which one should I choose for my business and which one is the best? The second question I get asked the most is, are these tools secure? And the third question, or actually the fact that everybody tells me is, oh my God, I stopped using Copilot because it was giving me way less better answers than ChatGPT. So in this video, I will make sure to answer these three questions that I hear all the time. What's up guys, I'm Dave, I'm a chartered professional accountant and Microsoft MVP, and I give Microsoft Copilot and ChatGPT trainings to a lot of business professionals like you. Alright, so without further ado, let's dive deep into it. So what's the difference between these two tools? So we have Copilot on the left, which is from Microsoft, a very little known company, and to the right we have ChatGPT, which is made by OpenAI. This company was co-founded by Elon Musk, just an FYI fun fact, right? So the first difference I think that we have to note, or the first similarity, is that these guys are using the same engine, okay? I compare a LLM, large language model, as the same engine. You know, when cars like Subaru put their engine into another car and they just change, you know, what's going over the motor, the engine, right? So they have the same engine. As at the moment of recording this video, these two tools are using the same GPT model, which is GPT-4o. Just see that as the motor, as a dictionary. So it has some information that was fed into it. It's called GPT-4o. So this is the same thing. And then you're going to ask me, Dave, why I get some kind of different answers when I send a question to ChatGPT and then I send a question to Copilot. I'll get back to this a little bit later in this video, right? One other thing, another similarity, is that Copilot can search the web and ChatGPT as well. It doesn't mean that they are a live model, which means these models, and they are using an LLM GPT-4o, they got fed with some information and they have a cutoff, right? And since they are not live AI, you won't normally be able to ask them, hey, who won the Stanley Cup back in May? But now that they are searching the web with Bing, by the way, it's a partnership between Microsoft and OpenAI, just an FYI, Microsoft invested more than 13 billion into OpenAI, which is the company that is making the model for both of these tools, okay? So far, no differences at all, right? I mean, they're pretty similar. They're a chatbot. You ask a question, which is called the prompt, and then you get some different answers, right? But the main difference, number one, is the security, I will say. And we'll get to this in a few seconds here, but just before, I really want to highlight why you should pick Copilot over ChatGPT. And this is this line here at the bottom. This is the main difference, number two. This is because a Microsoft Copilot is integrated in your Microsoft 365 apps. Outlook, Word, OneNote, PowerPoint, and Excel, and many other apps such as Whiteboard, Loop, etc. But let's stick to these one right now. I forgot Teams right here. So this is why you should go over Copilot versus ChatGPT. ChatGPT does not integrate in your Microsoft 365 environment. So on the next slide here, this is why you should go with Microsoft Copilot. This is the main difference between the two tools, hey? Okay, so this is a very complicated graph here, but I don't want to get into too much details. I just want to highlight your attention here with the red square. This is the difference between ChatGPT and Microsoft Copilot. It is that Microsoft Copilot, when you ask a question, you know, here, you get in here, and then your prompt, it goes all the way here through Bing, and then boom, in the Microsoft graph. What is the Microsoft graph? It is your internal documents. So your emails, your files, your meetings, your chats in Microsoft Teams, your calendars, and contact here. And let me explain it a little bit better here. If we go to the interface of Microsoft Copilot here, this is the interface that you should get if you are paying for Microsoft Copilot, right? So on top of your Microsoft 365 license, you need to pay for Microsoft Copilot to get this interface right here. And what I like to call it is that it transforms your enterprise into a small Google, right? You can Google stuff into your own business. So this is the difference. And let me jump over real quick to copilot.microsoft.com here, and I will show you something. So here we have two tabs. We have the web one. So basically, if you don't pay for Microsoft Copilot, this is what you get, the web version, right? This is what you get, and you won't get the work tab. So these two tabs are what makes the difference between ChatGPT and Copilot. If you click on the work here, as you can see, Copilot shows me some document and my colleagues here. I have Grant Duggan as a colleague, and they ask me when my next meeting is with Grant Duggan, so I can ask in the chat here, in the chat bar at the bottom, questions about my own business. I could say, could you find emails with Zebra BI, which is a company I'm working for, and they will have a look at my emails with Zebra BI, and there you go on August 22nd, you shared a file named Zebra BI with someone, and then if I click here, I don't want to show you all my emails, but it's going to bring me to my actual emails, okay? So this is the main difference. It makes a mini Google into your business. And by the way, Copilot, as we're recording this video right now, they are rolling out new interface. So if you go to copilot.microsoft.com, you might see something like this on the left, or this on the right, and this is the individual version. It means you don't have a business account. So this is the main difference between ChatGPT and Copilot. Are these AI tools secure? So this is the most popular question I receive, after which one we should choose between Copilot and ChatGPT. And on this slide right here, I wrote the main difference. Well, with Copilot, you have Microsoft security, and with ChatGPT security, question mark with some eyes, right? And by the way, why I'm talking about that is that I saw a lot of businesses when I give my trainings that are actually banning ChatGPT, and I'm not too sure why, to be honest. So I wanted to shed some light on this. I'm not a cybersecurity expert. Please don't take my words like for granted, but I just wanted to highlight a few things, okay? So as you may know, large language models, so the dictionary, how the AI systems work, let's say it like that, they are actually gathering information and they are fed with your information. So if you ask a question today, it will feed the model to give you back a more tailored version of this answer, and it's going to share it with the companies, right? With the OpenAI or with Microsoft. So this is the goal of a LLM, large language model, and it's GPT, generative pre-trained, transformer, pre-trained. So you're getting pre-trained with some information, and then you add to it. You're getting trained on top of that, right? So this is what a GPT means. So ChatGPT, and a GPT is a LLM, large language model, okay? So just a quick crash course on AI. And this is OpenAI's website. This is the security and privacy that is available on ChatGPT's website, right? So OpenAI has a whole section about the security, and they say that it is really, really important. Just like when you will buy any tool, by instance, you buy Tableau, you buy SAP, you buy your ERP, they have a data protection policy. So this is basically the same with ChatGPT, right? And ChatGPT, or OpenAI, I should say, they have a whole section on GDPR and CCPA, and they offer data processing addendum for customers, right? They're also validated by SOC 2 Type 2 reports. So, you know, all of these companies that are SaaS company, they need to have this report. So basically they have a whole security portal about all of that. And as you can see, OpenAI is trusted by the biggest companies out there. PwC, a big four accounting firm, Morgan Stanley, Square, Zendesk, all of these, Datadog, you know, all of these we know. So should you be worried about the security? I don't think so. Of course, ask your IT department, make them have a look. And still to this day, I see companies being not too sure about ChatGPT and banning it, and I'm not too sure why. As for Copilot, you have an enterprise data protection. So this is what Microsoft Copilot are telling you, is that in the Work tab, this is not web-based. So you cannot search information. So actually all your internal documents are not exposed to the web. There is no risk. If you want to do some kind of research, just like you will do on ChatGPT, you can click on the web tab, right? So this is the data commercial protection. And when you actually mouse over this little shield here at the top right, it says enterprise data protection applies to this chat. Use discretion when sharing personal and organizational data. Jesus, this word is hard to say. So to this day, and I think this is what's going to happen in the near future, companies are just going straight up in Microsoft Copilot because they want it integrated throughout all of their 365 apps. And they're like, hey, all my stuff is in SharePoint and OneDrive already, so I'm trusting Microsoft. So why not go for it? Because for large organizations, I'm guessing getting ChatGPT approved is a little bit harder. All right, so I always hear, I get really bad results when I use Copilot versus ChatGPT. Why is that? As you can see here in my recent chat history, I use ChatGPT a lot as a solopreneur because I don't really care about Microsoft Copilot in PowerPoint. I don't make presentation being alone in my company. That being said, why you might have experienced some bad results with ChatGPT or with Copilot versus ChatGPT, excuse me, is because of the model. You know, I told you that these companies are releasing models that are stronger and stronger as we go. On the right here, we have a chart that explains this a little bit better here. So as you can see, we have GPT 3.5, GPT 4. As I told you, the both tools right now are working on GPT 4o, which is like the stronger model right now. And why you might have experimented some less better results or worse results, I should say, is that because Microsoft Copilot was always lagging behind. Of course, ChatGPT are the company, or OpenAI is the company developing the model, so it releases its model first thing first, and then Microsoft applies some kind of protection, some kind of maybe limitations on this model, as you can see with the Microsoft graph here. But on top of that, why is that? Because it's lagging behind. It's always getting released like 6 months later. I think GPT-4o was released somewhere around May for ChatGPT, and it just got released in October for Copilot. So this might be one reason, right? But it doesn't mean that you should actually go for the fast thing, because think about it, Copilot is a mini Google inside all of your company, right? So one thing I want to do here is actually compare two prompts with Copilot. So I'm using Copilot on the web version here, copilot.microsoft.com. It's integrated in my whole company, but I'm using the web tab, and I'm using ChatGPT on the left here. Just so you know, I'm paying for ChatGPT 4o, and I want to teach you something at the same time. I want to show you how to prompt, right? Because there is a way to use this tool. It's not because that you have the tool that you don't have to have the technique, and it is really important to know a little bit how to prompt. There are many courses of prompt engineering out there, but I'm just going to teach you real quick. So what is a prompt? A prompt is this right here. It is actually asking a question to the chatbot here. So here is my prompt. I see a lot of people putting in the bad prompts. They will just say, I need help negotiating a salary increase, right? But here is the secret formula for a prompt. You need to do the goal. The goal is, I need help negotiating a salary increase. The context, because the AI doesn't know who you are. I am an accountant with 5 years of experience, and my salary has gone up only 10% with this current company. The context, again, normally it's the source. When we have a look through our files in Copilot, we put the source. So I would love you to have a look in my previous month of emails or Teams conversation, stuff like that. So here we still have the goal again, and mix of context and expectation. So goal, context, source, expectation. I'd like you to draft me 3 bullet points email explaining why I should get raised. I was always there when needed. I went through solid projects such as business exit, etc. And we also add some expectation here. Please keep a professional tone. So I'm going to hit send on both of them. Here we go. I'm going to hide my face real quick. All right, so we're going to be able to compare these answers here, right? So Copilot to the right didn't do a 3 bullet points emails. It actually did 3 emails. So maybe it didn't understand my question correctly, but to the right, I actually have 3 bullet points from Copilot, and to the left, I have 3 bullet points as well, which, the first one is consistent dedication from ChatGPT, and the second one is consistent as well. Also, the second bullet point from ChatGPT is really, really similar to the first bullet point. And actually, on the third bullet point, it's completely different from ChatGPT to Copilot. But all in all, it's kind of similar, the answers we get from both. And I have experimented some differences myself as well. I loved how ChatGPT answered my questions, but as I told you, it might just be because the model was outdated from Copilot until like a few days ago. So all in all, I think I love Copilot here because it gave me 3 different emails while ChatGPT only gave me 1 option. Of course, I could keep prompting, this is a conversation, and ask him, can you draft me 2 more different emails on the same topic? And boom, it will craft them. Hopefully this video was helpful. I have many videos on Copilot and ChatGPT on my YouTube channel. And if you want me to train your whole team on the Copilot or ChatGPT topic, just give me a call. My email is down here in the description. And also, if you want to learn with a self-paced course, the link is right here on the screen, my Microsoft Copilot Essentials from AI Beginner to Proficient course. All right, catch you soon. Bye.